am Paul Silliphant. Since I was a child, I've had sensitivity to and encounters with the paranormal. I've spent over 30 years peering into the darkness of the unknown, immersing myself deep into the strange and the mysterious. Inspired by my own childhood encounters, I started seeking answers by investigating stories of ghosts and haunted locations. My mission has been to document occurrences of paranormal activity and search for the truth about what happens in the dark hours.
In Whitby, Ontario is Durham Escape Rooms. It is a great place to go with family or friends for a day of fun, but it is also a place with a ton of paranormal activity.
I'm Benito. I'm the owner of Durham Escape Rooms here in Whitby, Ontario. We have security cameras for security, but also we can see and monitor what's going on in each of the escape games. They'll start recording if the motion sensor picks up any motion whatsoever. Sometimes the cameras pick up a bug flying around or a spider web in front of the camera or light coming through the window from a passing car. I'll get notifications on my cell phone at home if they send something.
That night, Benito had received a notification that there had been an error and that the cameras had stopped working for a little while.
When I arrived at the front door, it was locked. Everything seemed fine.
He grabbed a coffee to go wake up. And then noticed the clock was no longer on the wall.
The nail that held the clock up for 7 years was still on the wall. It wasn't even loose. The clock was on the wall before the cameras cut out, so I fast-forwarded through the entire period where the cameras weren't running, and when the cameras came back on, the clock was on the ground. That clock had been on the wall since we opened our doors here in 2016. The nail was secure. There was no way that it could have fallen down unless someone pulled it down or lifted it off the nail. It was freaky, and not the last strange thing to have happened. We have lots of different escape games for people to try. Each has a very distinct theme. For example, we have the Doll Island Escape Room, which is themed after the actual Doll Island in Mexico.
Doll Island is a small island surrounded by canals in Mexico. The man who lived there discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned. He also discovered a doll, which he believed was hers. He left the doll out in case the spirit of the girl ever wanted it. Over the years, he collected more and more dolls in an effort to appease the restless spirit until his death by drowning in the same spot that the girl had drowned. Many people believe this is one of the most haunted places in Mexico. It attracts many tourists to this day.
A former employee had gone to visit the actual Doll Island on a vacation. He had taken one of our dolls with him and managed to get one from the island. I replied asking if he had left an offering. People usually leave a doll there for the spirit. Not leaving something could anger the spirit. Broke a leg off our doll, threw it in the water, should make it to the... There may be something to this curse. A year after, this employee broke his leg in a base jumping accident. The same leg as the one broke off the doll.
Ever since the doll returned from Doll Island, there's been an increase in strange and unexplained happenings. A couple had come to play the Doll Island escape room.
Are you guys familiar with the real Doll Island?
They play up the fact that Doll Island was haunted. It helps set the mood.
So Doll Island is one of the most haunted places in all of Mexico. It's an island that's surrounded by canals and rivers. This doll we brought down to Doll Island, and this one here we brought back with us from Doll Island. Some people think that maybe they brought a little something extra back with them.
So it's haunted?
Have a great game.
Oh, great.
What Benito didn't mention was the fact that they had actually been having some strange and even scary things happening. Benito would monitor their progress through the security camera. If they had any real problems, they could contact him with the walkie-talkie. They had been in the room for about 20 minutes.
As far as I could tell, they were doing fine.
What was that? You hear that?
What?
I don't know.
The couple kept hearing sounds from the back of the room. It sounded like a child laughing. They assumed it was all a part of the game, but it wasn't.
Hey, I found the key.
Did you hear that?
What?
This is too creepy. What was that?
As they were working on one of the puzzles, the ending of the game fired and the door opened. Not nearly enough time for them to complete the game. I was totally in shock as to what had happened. Congratulations, that's the fastest anyone's ever completed this game before. I really don't know how you did it.
It was great. It was really creepy, especially the sound of the footsteps and the laughter. I don't know how you did it, but it was great.
Three weeks later, I was fixing up some of the clues in the Doll Island game. I had a couple of new hires that would be training on how to set that game up later that day. I was messing up the game so they could come in and reset it the way that we do when we're training employees, just as if someone had just played that game. That really freaked me out. I tried to focus on doing what I needed to do, but the more I thought about it, the more it unnerved me. I was the only one in the building at the time.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Who was that on the walkie? It really bugged me, so I picked it up and I walked out to the front desk where the walkie base was.
Hello?
Hello? No one was there, and I was right. I was the only one in the building. I didn't like it, but I had to continue setting up that game. That was enough for me. If it wanted me out, I was going to get out. I wasn't going back in there unless I had other people with me.
Benito avoids spending time alone in the Doll Island escape room, but that does not spare him from the strange and frightening happenings. Benito was sitting at the front desk doing some paperwork. The security camera monitor is right in front of him. Something caught his eye, some movement. The cabinet door behind him was swinging open. The cabinet is big and the doors are heavy. There is no way for it just to open on their own. Benito reached for the door slammed shut before he could even touch it. Despite the strange and scary things that have happened, the fact remains that Benito has a business to run. He has no choice but to sometimes be alone, and at night is perhaps the scariest time to be alone. Benito had a few things left to do before heading home. He heard a sound of fluttering fabric. He looked at the security monitor and saw a curtain blowing around as if there was a wind in one of the escape rooms. He watched the monitor intently. Then suddenly a light appeared, an orb. Orbs are thought to be the manifestation of a spirit. They are often caught in camera and sometimes can be seen in person. This orb was floating through the one room into another. Benito reluctantly decided to investigate. As he looked down the hall, the orb appeared to be coming out of one of the rooms. It floated down the hallway toward Benito. Then it went into the next room. Curiosity is powerful. Against his better judgment, Benito peeked into the room. That was enough for Benito. It is unknown why Durham Escape Rooms appear to be so haunted, or what is even haunting it. Could it be the spirit of a drowned girl from Mexico? Could it be something else brought in with some of the many props used? Or did something happen at this location in the past?